Thank you for buying an INTEX graphite panel above-ground pool. Please follow the instructions shown here and in your manual for proper installation and safe usage. Failure to do so could result in injury or product damage. This video explains how to set up INTEX graphite panel pools 478 centimeters and larger. Shown here is the 478 by 124 centimeter pool. The INTEX graphite panel pool is composed of two parts: an inner support frame and liner, the same as the popular INTEX metal frame pool, and a surrounding enclosure made of high-density polymer. The polymer enclosure eliminates the need for weather staining and termite protection. Setting up your pool is simple and easy. Assembly requires 2 people. No tools are needed to assemble the metal frame and the liner. A wrench is provided for putting the enclosure together. Before unpacking the pool, clear the area of any objects that might puncture the pool liner and lay out the contents of the cartons. Open the cartons carefully so you can reuse them to store your pool. Check that you have all the parts listed in your manual. The number and type of parts may differ depending on the size of your pool. Inspect for visible damage. Do not assemble the pool if parts are damaged or missing. For replacement parts, please visit our website at www.intexcorp.com. It is important to determine ahead of time where to set up your pool, since the pool cannot be moved once it is filled with water. Follow these guidelines. Set up your pool on a completely level surface. Do not set up on mud, sand, or loose soil. Failure to set up the pool on level, compact ground may result in the pool being unstable and leaning to one side when filled with water. Do not place the pool against a house, wall, or fence. There should be no object within 2 meters of the pool that a child could climb on to get into the pool. The pool should be within reach of a garden hose. Follow these electrical guidelines. Ensure that the pool is at least 3.5 meters from any electrical outlets. Do not plug the pump into an electrical outlet until you have finished setting up both the pool and the pump. You must be able to plug the pump into an electrical outlet without using an extension cord. Electrical outlets must be GFCI or RCD protected. Envision the traffic patterns around the pool when determining where to place the filter pump so people will not trip on the electric cord. Many communities require enclosing a pool with a fence or wall. Check your local requirements. You must place your pool on a completely level surface. Anything other than a completely level surface risks product damage and the chance of injury when using the pool. You may set up the pool on concrete or on the ground. However the pool is set up, the base of the metal frame and the base of the surrounding enclosure must be on the same level surface. If you are setting up the pool on ground that is not completely stable, use patio blocks or concrete pavers under the legs. Please see the manual to learn how to prepare the ground using these items. Before unrolling the pool, clear the area of any objects that might puncture the liner. Then spread the included ground cloth over the cleared area. It provides additional protection and should cover the entire area under the pool. Carry the pool's liner to the ground cloth. Never drag the liner across the ground. It may be damaged and cause leaks. Unroll the pool. Make sure the pool is right side up and let the liner warm in the sun for easier assembly. Find the pool's filter connection holes and arrange them so they face where you will place the filter pump. Double-check the pump's power cord will reach the GFCI or RCD outlet without using an extension cord, and that the pool is at least 3.5 meters from any electrical outlets. Lay out all the horizontal beams and T-joints around the pool. Slide the horizontal beams through the sleeves at the top of the liner. Open the bag with the connecting pins and washers and slide the washers onto the pins. Starting at any point, slide one side of a T-joint over a horizontal beam, lining up the holes. Push one of the connecting pins through the holes until it goes all the way through to the bottom of the joint and locks. Slide the adjacent beam into the other side of the T-joint and insert another connector pin. Center the T-joint between the sleeves. Continue to assemble the joints and beams, always working in one direction around the pool, checking that the T-joints are centered between the sleeves. You will find it easier to slide the T-joint over the last beam if you lift the joint and insert the beam while lowering it back to the ground. Arrange the legs and end caps around the pool at each T-joint. With the lock buttons on top, insert a leg between the belt circling the pool and the liner. Align the leg's lock buttons with the holes on the sides of the T-joint. Depress the buttons and slide the leg into the T-joint until it locks into place. Continue attaching the legs to the T-joints, working in one direction around the pool. Then attach the end caps to the legs. Now check your work. All legs should be inside the belt. All legs should be absolutely vertical. Check that all the lock buttons have snapped into place, and give the pool a good shake to settle all the parts. Recheck that the filter connection holes are facing where you will place the filter pump. Make adjustments if necessary. Locate the drain plugs and make sure they are firmly closed, both inside the pool and out. Screw the cap onto the outside plug using fingers only. To ensure that your pool is level, add just enough water to cover the bottom of the liner. Check to see how the water spreads across the liner. If the pool is level, it will spread evenly. If the water flows to one side, the pool is not completely level and the pool will tilt and bulge on the lower side when filled with water. You must drain the pool and level the area under the pool before proceeding. Once the pool is level, even out any wrinkles in the liner. If the ground cloth is wrinkled, pull it from two sides until it is smooth. Do not add any more water to the pool at this time. Find the strainer and the inlet jet assemblies. Unscrew the plunger valve from the extension and the extension from the strainer. Do the same with the inlet jet. If you plan to store the pool in the future, a light coat of petroleum jelly on the threads will make disassembly easier. There are two holes in the liner, a higher one on your left as you face the pool, and a lower hole on your right. Water is pumped from the filter pump to the hole on the left, the pool's water inlet. The hole on the right of the pool is the water outlet, returning water to the filter pump. Install the inlet jet and strainer. Start with the inlet jet and the upper hole on your left. Unscrew the large nut from the inlet jet, leaving the flat rubber washer on the connector. From inside the pool, insert the connector through the hole. From outside the pool, screw the large nut back onto the connector. Make sure it is as tight as possible using fingers only. Continue with the strainer and the lower hole on your right. Unscrew the large nut from the strainer, leaving the washer on the connector. From inside the pool, insert the connector through the hole. From outside the pool, screw the large nut back onto the connector. Assembling the pool enclosure involves 5 steps: placing the bottom caps and attaching the top clamps, installing the bottom rails, support posts, side panels, and attaching the top rails and clamp covers. First, arrange the top clamps and bottom caps around the pool. With the two internally threaded posts facing up, snap the top clamps into place under each T-joint. Place a bottom cap at each metal frame leg end cap. There is a button on one of the long sides of the cap. It should face out. Second, working in one direction around the pool, install the bottom rails between the bottom caps. The slots at the ends of the rails slip over the raised tabs of the bottom caps. The vertical side of the rail should be at the back. Third, install the support posts. Snap the support post into the bottom cap. Lift the post just enough to move the top of the post over the L-shaped hook on the top clamp. Then slide the support post down so that it slips over the hook. Working in one direction around the pool, attach all the support posts to the clamps and bottom caps. Fourth, assemble the side panels. The panels are numbered 1 through 8 and assembled in that order. Two panels are unique and require special attention: the panel with the pool safety warnings and the panel with the holes for the drain, the inlet jet, and the strainer. These panels are wrapped separately. Locate the panels with the holes for the drain and inlet jet and outlet ports. Start with the panels labeled 1 and 2 with the hole for the drain. These panels should be handled as a single unit. With the numbers facing you and the hole for the drain on your right as you face the pool, slide the panels between the support posts from the top to the bottom. Align the groove in the bottom panel with the vertical edge of the bottom rail and press down on the panels firmly but gently until the panel completely slides over the rail. The hole in the panel should line up with the drain cap. Slide panel 3 down between the support posts, ensuring that the number is facing out, and that the groove in the bottom of the panel slides over the tongue of the panel below. Do the same with panel 4. The next panels, numbered 5 and 6, feature 2 holes, one for the inlet jet and one for the strainer. These panels should be handled as a single unit. With the numbers facing out, slide these panels down between the support posts, making sure that the groove inside panel 5 slides over the tongue of the panel below, and that the holes in the panel line up with the 2 ports. At this point, screw the extension couplings onto the inlet jet and strainer. Hand tighten only. Slide the last 2 panels, numbers 7 and 8, down between the support posts. The second unique set of panels feature warnings alerting bathers to safety and precautionary rules. These panels should be placed conspicuously so they are clearly visible to people entering the pool. For example, next to where you will place the ladder. Start with panel number 1. With the number facing out, slide the panel down to the bottom rail. Align the groove in the panel with the vertical edge of the bottom rail and press down on the panel gently but firmly until the panel slides completely over the rail. Slide the rest of the panels into place, continuing with panel 2 and ending with panel 8 at the top. Ensure that each panel is firmly seated into the panel below, and that the warnings face out. Assemble the remaining panels, starting with panel 1 at the bottom and ending with panel 8 at the top, always working in one direction around the pool. Ensure that the numbers face out and that each panel is firmly seated into the panel below. Fifth, install the top rails. Align the groove in a top rail over the tongue of the side panel while also aligning the holes at the ends of the rail with the top clamp's internally threaded posts. Press down gently but firmly until the top rail is securely in place. Working in one direction around the pool, install all the top rails. Please note that there are 2 rails with printed warnings on top. Place these on opposite sides of the pool. Clamp covers lock the top rails to the assembly. You will need the clamp covers, bolts, the provided wrench, and the waterproof bolt caps. Place a clamp cover over the top of a support post. Make sure the holes in the cover are over the round nuts in the top rails. Insert a bolt into each of the 2 holes. And using the wrench, tighten the bolts. Do not use excessive force. Snap the bolt caps over the holes in the clamp cover. Lay out your plunger valves and hoses in front of the inlet jet and strainer ports. With the step washer in place on the plunger valve, screw the plunger valve onto the inlet jet extension coupling. Connect your filter pump hose. Slide the hose onto the plunger valve. Secure the hose with the attached hose nut and tighten it snugly. Do not over-tighten. Close the plunger valve by turning the handle clockwise until it stops. The plunger valves must be closed so that water does not flow out of the pool when it is filled. Repeat the process with the strainer. You may now fill the pool with water. Make sure not to fill the pool beyond the sleeve seam. Your pool includes a cover. 2 people may be needed to pull the cover over the pool. Never install or remove the cover when you are in the pool. The cover should only be used when the pool is not in use. However, it is not a safety cover and will not keep children out of the pool. Children must not play on or under the cover. Congratulations! You have successfully set up your INTEX graphite panel above ground pool. Please continue to the DVD provided with your filter pump to learn how to set up your pump and complete the installation of your pool.